G'day fellow riding enthusiasts, welcome back to First Class Motorcycles YouTube channel. My name is Daniel and today we're going to be looking at the brand new 2026 R7. So let's jump right in. So with this brand new R7 2026 model, there are definitely a few changes that we're looking at here. Starting off, we have a bit of the facelift, which is definitely a bit different to the 25 model we got here next to us. They've done a little bit with the colour scheme. This is their new colourway, which I think looks really nice, really bright, vibrant, really cool. The sky blue looks great in the sun. It's a ripper of a colour. And obviously we got the great looking all black, real sleek design for you night riders or someone just looking for something a little bit of a simple bike when you buy it. Now there are a lot of changes to the 2026 from the 2025 model and 24s and all that sort of stuff. They've actually had one of the biggest overhauls that we've seen since the R7 has come out. They've really listened to a lot of their riders, what we've all wanted, looking at what other bikes are offering, and they've really just hit the nail on the head and have added a whole lot of new features in this new model. So starting with the looks, we'll jump straight in. The mirrors have now integrated indicators, which is a really nice touch, really brings a premium feel with this bike as it matches your R1s, your R9s, all those sort of super sport bikes, and I think they just look really good, work really nice. The mirrors are really nice and wide enough so you can see past your arms, and just a really nice setup. Bit of a different headlight system at the front, all still LED, but a bit of a different design, which I think looks really cool and aggressive. And the middle one has a bit more of a screen around it, which gives it a bit more of a flush look than that sort of hole that we see in some of the older ones like that one there. And it does actually help a little bit with your aerodynamics and stuff like that. But nothing crazy, but it's more for looks, and I just think it looks really nice from the previous generations. Now, a lot of the changes with this 2026 R7 is the technology and all the features that Yamaha have packed into this bike. There's a bit of a list, so bear with me as we run through it, but all of them are worth mentioning as it just makes this bike a great package deal. So Yamaha have put a 6-axis IMU chip in this thing, which means it just has a lot of capacity for features, and they've also changed from a cable wire throttle to a fly-by-wire, which is a really nice feature. All the newer bikes are sort of going that direction, and Yamaha have put theirs on and it just works really well. It's got great feedback, really smooth controllable throttle, which really helps with riding and especially learning how to ride, because these do come in a LAMS approved option, and that's one thing that I liked about it. And a lot of the other tech packs, you've got cruise control, which is a massive bonus. Yamaha finally whacked cruise control on the R7s, and it works really well. It's easy to use, it's all up by your thumbs, which is nice when you're riding. It's easy to set, really simple, and it works absolutely great. All the other features with this bike are really for the rider's experience. You've got traction control, wheelie control, slip control, you've got launch control as well. You've got different track modes, you've got your different street modes with a custom option, and all your track modes can be custom as well, how you like it, as if how much ABS you want, how much wheelie control you want, if you want any of them, and all that sort of stuff can be all adjusted through its 5-inch full colour TFT display, which is really nice. Definitely a step up from the last model. It's really nice, good size. Your eyes aren't straining to see it, but it's not overly massive like some of the bikes you see at the moment with those big iPad sort of screens, but it tucks really nicely into the fairings of the bike, and it's just a really perfect size for riding. Now, a bit about the ergonomics of this bike. They have definitely obviously kept it as a sports bike or a super sports bike kind of bike, but they have added a few things which makes it a lot nicer to travel into the city, around town, and just commute on. So they've lowered the seat marginally and lift the bars a little bit higher, which gives you a slightly more upright position, especially when you're sitting right up against the tank. It's actually quite a comfortable bike to sit on, where some of the older R7s are very aggressive, very track orientated from the get-go. But this is just slightly a little bit nicer, which just gives you a little bit less back pain and knee pain and wrist pain when you are commuting around town. And that paired with the cruise control just makes it really easy to ride into the city on your way to work, or if you've got a long commute in the morning. This bike is a really nice bike to ride. But if you still love hitting track, or on the weekends you go hit the twisties really nicely, this bike is also still really capable of that. As it's still a sports bike design, which means you got the front fairings, you're still sitting forward over the bike. It's still really comfortable and aggressive when you are really putting the pedal down and really giving it a red hot go on the twisties or the track. But it's just a little bit of that hybrid, which works really nice if you like both, or if you commute as well during the week. So one thing that hasn't changed on the 2026 R7 is the motor and gearbox package. It is still Yamaha's legendary CP2 motor, which is really nice, great feel. It's about 73 horsepower, puts out about 70 foot-pounds of torque. That's for the HO model, so that's for the top of the range. That's not equal to the Lambs. The Lambs is restricted. That's why it is allowed to be a Lambs bike and have such a high CC. But still a really great, reliable motor. It's a motor that's in the MT-07s, the Tracer 7s, the Tenere A7s, in the previous R7s. It's a motor that's been around for ages, and it's just a really reliable, great motor. Now, the HO version is a 689cc, and the Lambs is a 655, so that's sort of the difference. Still the same motor, still the same gearbox, but as I said before, because it is a learner's bike, they have just lowered that a little bit to allow it to come under the learner category. So with me here I've got Andrew, one of our salesmen. You got to go up to Yamaha, Andrew, didn't you?
I did. Had a fantastic opportunity to go up to Yamaha, Sydney, Eastern Creek, ride the bike on the track. Awesome fun. Ride the Lambs edition and the HO, fantastic. Really held the track well, heaps of power. The Eastern Creek track, we had sort of a modified version of the track. Very tight, very twisty, bike handled really nicely, cornering, flickable, and heaps of power. Even the Lambs edition, loved riding that bike because it was a short, twisty track. Surprisingly good, very good. Good low down torque, good power out to full speed, and then the next day rode on the street.
Yeah, great. How'd you find it on the street coming from the track?
A little bit different experience on the street. Got to use the new cruise control on the bike. So yeah, cruise on this model is excellent. If you're going to do sort of highway commutes, longer rides, cruise is an extra addition that makes the bike just that bit better. Riding position over and above the previous model was awesome. A little bit nicer in the seating position, slightly lower seat, a little bit more room in the cockpit and higher bars, which taller riders sort of suited me nicely. Power, gearbox, agility was excellent. Extremely happy with the bike.
Yeah, ripper. And you're talking about how good the HO was, how you found the HO really rideable. With the Lambs, do you reckon as a learner bike, it's a really good option for someone looking to start learning how to ride track and get on the street?
Yeah, for sure. Even the learner bikes got all of the track modes on the screen. So the Yamaha's done an awesome job of bringing out the bike with track modes. The handling and experience on the bike is second to none. So yeah, certainly recommend it to new riders. Certainly looking for that top level of top tier for Lambs approved bikes.
Yeah, ripper. Yep. So all in all, it's just a great bike. You had a great experience. You really recommend it.
Couldn't fault it. Riding position, handling, power, but mostly the agility of the bike. Really went well.
Yeah, perfect, Andrew. Thanks very much, mate. Glad you loved it.
Thanks, Daniel. Cheers, mate.
It was great to hear what Andrew had to say about the R7 on the track day, as he really had a good fair crack at it. Any more questions, Andrew is one of our salesmen here. So if you do want to come down, have a look at these bikes, or even purchase one, Andrew's your bloke to talk to. So he works here from Monday to Friday, occasional Saturday as well. So just give us a call and we can put you through to get you guys on one of these. Now this one here, I just want to say as well, is our demo as well, which means you can actually come down here in Lilydale and give this thing a ride and see for yourself how nice this bike really is. Now I've got the 2025 model standing here as well. I just want to do a little bit of a comparison between the two. Now, even though the new R7 is unbelievable, it's really nice, has all the features, the older model is still a really great bike and a really cool option. As I said, same motor, same gearbox, so you're not losing anything in that department. All you're getting with the brand new ones is all that electrical stuff and riding comforts that a lot of the new bikes have. That bike has really moved into 2026 and hitting that benchmark like some of your premium bikes, where the older models are sort of a little bit behind in that sense, but they are still a super simple bike. And if simple is your thing, the older models are still a really great option for anyone still looking to get into track or just to ride around and jump on a bike. Now, yes, they come in a lambs option. I wouldn't recommend an R7 to a brand new, never had a bike before rider, because they are still a heavier bike. They're a bit larger than something like an R3, where an R3 would be a much more sensible option. But if you've had dirt bike experience or riding experience in the past, or you're jumping from an R3 into something a little bit bigger, the R7 is a great step. And it's even a great bike if you're jumping off your L's onto your P's, or you're looking for something a little bit bigger than your R3, or you're coming in your full license, but you don't want an R1 or an R9, the R7 HO is a ripper of an option. So down here at the moment, we've got two lambs approved, the 2026 and the 2025 model, and we've also got a 2023 HO model as well in stock. So if you want to come down, have a look. The 2026, as I said, is a demo model, so you can come down, give it a ride, see how you feel. Same with the 2025 is also a demo, so that's an option for you as well. So as we wrap up, that's a bit of a comparison between the two and a lot of the new features with the R7. So any questions, don't hesitate to jump on our website or give us a call. Or better yet, just come down in person, have a look at them, have a ride and see what you think. So thanks for watching, guys. Ride safe, have a good one. Cheers.